What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Shot of Sports podcast. Grab a drink, a snack. This is your daily dose of sports. Whether you're a casual fan or a diehard, we're here to bring you the latest, the best analysis, and the hottest takes. Subscribe, share, even leave a comment. We appreciate all the feedback. Hit the like button for us and tap the notification bell on the right so you can be notified whenever we drop so you won't miss one. Today we got on the show our usual cast. Azir Spencer, Chris Pittner, I'm Jalen. How was y'all weekend?
Yeah, man, we got a lot of good news coming in. Chris, did you get that job yet, or what's going on, bro?
You'll see on LinkedIn soon enough.
Oh, he can't talk
He got
about it.
it. Had a
He
boy.
can't talk about it. He can't talk about it yet. Let's go.
He got it. That's all I needed to hear.
I don't
When
even
they
know
say
which
they
one he
going on
got.
LinkedIn with it, that's like going public. That's a hard
Yeah,
launch.
that's a hard loss. I don't even know which one you got, bro. And I already know you got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a boy. Can't wait to repost it.
Introduce it.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Got to go out to Road America right out near here as well. I got to see some fun races. I saw more Porsches this weekend than I think I've ever seen before, so that was something. But yeah, good weekend. I need to talk some football and basketball today.
Hey, man, I was at the state fair, and it's the Wisconsin State Fair. Before we even get started, the Wisconsin State Fair is one of the best state fairs in America. I haven't been to every state fair, so I can't really say that for everyone. But I'll just put it out there, just for the public and fans to know that if you are looking for the best desserts, the best live music, Wisconsin State Fair is where you need to go. So just keep that in mind. I've been working it like pretty much every day at work because we have like our own studio at State Fair. So we go live there and then have some stories.
Yeah, nice, nice. So I just did nothing pretty much. I got so much going on throughout the week. I just be trying to stay in the house for real. It ain't the time to be going outside, going to the club right now, rather, or going to the bar. I wait till fall for that. This is
Gotcha.
the time to go out, like go out in nature and stuff, and
Pops
see
out
the
Friday.
sights. But you guys play Madden.
Pops out Friday.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I'm the worst football game player of all time.
I'm
So
gonna just be
no,
honest with you.
I'm horrible. Absolutely horrible.
If I'm gonna be honest with you, my dad is probably the best Madden player I've ever seen.
Sad, bro. I'm frying him. I play
I ain't
competitive.
even go cap.
I play competitive, bro. I heard it all.
I learned all the stuff that I be beating people down with from him. I mean, it's like some of his plays is like it's just unbearable. I mean, it's just
Promise you, bro. I fry it, bro. Just trust me.
That could be one of our streams sometime. Jalen's dad versus Nazir and Madden. Who would win?
create a Twitch account.
Yeah.
But we'll jump into our first topic, which is we got Luca staying in LA and Fox getting his bag. So over the weekend, we had Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic. He got his bag. He got extended to a max contract of 165 million with a player option of 2028. He could opt out in 2028 and sign a new deal for 30% of the salary cap, which projects him to 5 years and 417 million. Wow, he was eligible to sign an extension last summer. He would have been able to sign it this summer with the Dallas Mavericks, but they obviously traded him. And De'Aaron Fox agrees to his 4 year, $229 million contract extension with the Spurs, keeping him there through the 2029-30 season. He averaged 23 and a half points. So, what do we think about that? I mean, we know
Before
Fox.
we start, I want to. Did you say 5 years, 417 million?
Yep,
Yep,
2028.
in 2028. Yep.
I'm sorry, man, but I don't think there's a single person that plays basketball on this earth that's worth 83 million a year. It's just maybe all contracts will get that big, but in 3 years. But overall, I think this deal is pretty good. It gives them the flexibility with him. They're not paying him. I don't think he's the top dollar in the NBA quite yet. And they locked him up. They made it clear that this is the direction that they want to go in. And I commend the Lakers for picking a side kind of in the LeBron Luka thing and sticking with it.
So I think the highest paid player right now is Shea. I could be wrong, but I love this move for the Lakers. I think that, like you said, it's very flexible, and they're able to move around once LeBron leaves. Actually, the highest paid player right now is Steph Curry.
Yeah, because I think he got the highest AV.
Well, yeah, because
I
he
suppose,
has
yeah.
he has like a 2-year deal and it's like 60 mil per year. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, like I was saying, Luca, it's a great deal. It gives him flexibility to get younger as LeBron departures from the Lakers, and I don't know, just helps them make a little bit more moves. But obviously, he's going to decline that. He already pretty much said that he's going to decline that player option and take the max contract, the super max contract. I don't even know. They might have changed that term to like Omega contract, dude. I don't know. That's crazy. 80 mil a year. He'll be the first player to do that. He'd be making like I don't know the numbers, but like I want to say like a little under $1 million a game, dude. It'd be crazy for like a year.
It's close. It's
Yeah,
close.
it'd be like because after taxes, it'd still be like what 700K a game pretty much. But personally, I don't think he's worth all that. I know he's a great offensive scorer. I know he's, a hallmark in our league in the NBA, and he's able to just be one of those guys that can just be a top 5 player at any moment. But I just don't think he's done. He's done a lot. I don't know. It's something. I don't know how to describe it. Like he's done enough to get the money, but he hasn't at the same time. I feel like it's a little bit too much. But again, we still have like 2 years left, 3 years left until that moment arrives. But I just want to make that clear. Like we got 3 years left. Anything could happen. That contract could go down. It could go to 300 million, which would still be great. But after taxes in California, it's still kind of iffy. Now, when it comes to the other side of this, when we're talking about De'Aaron Fox, I think that is the craziest overpay I've seen in a very long time. Now, I think De'Aaron Fox is a top 10 point guard when healthy in the league, but I don't think this is top 5 money, in my opinion. I think this is like number 5 money. Because Shea, Steph are like top of the top, and then there's who are some other point guards that you guys can think of like that are really good? Like I can't even think of any right now. But
It's hard to do off the top of your head.
Yeah, I'm thinking Devin Booker, but he's more of a 2.
Jalen Brunson, maybe.
Brunson,
I
okay.
think that's a shout.
Yeah, Brunson's great. He deserves all the money, I think. Booker, I guess if he's a point guard, he just got extended. He's got.
I got a question actually.
Hey,
Do you guys think Halliburton should be making more money than Fox?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because I don't think he's a top 10 player in the league, but I think based on what he's been able to do with the Pacers, bringing them to a conference finals, and despite getting swept hanging with Boston and being in a position to win in 2 of those 4 games, and then making it all the way to game 7 this year, and he looked really good in those first couple of minutes. I think he deserves, if Fox is going to get this, then Halliburton deserves more.
I do have a theory with this Fox deal. They just got Cooper, and they have Stephon Castle. They still have Wemby to pay eventually, so it's all a little confusing to me. And they're not a big market, so my theory is that they're just gonna play out Fox because he's a star. He can be a superstar eventually, and they're gonna develop these guys, make sure that they're at the right level. Huh?
You said Fox could be a superstar. Can he though?
He could be. He was in Sacramento for a while. He was still putting up numbers. I think that him and Ja are like right there with each other because when they made the playoffs and they played the Warriors, they both played amazing series, but they haven't had the chance to really spark the league like that. And I think De'Aaron Fox could do that. I'm trying to tell you, De'Aaron Fox on both. He's the fastest guard in the league, not even close. He can play the best defense in the league as a guard, in my opinion. Maybe top 3 defense under Shea. His offensive skills are very well. He just needs to work on his 3-point shot a little bit better. But I think he can be a superstar eventually. I don't think he is one. I don't think he is one. I think he could be. But this deal, it just helps the Spurs really develop their players a little bit more. No pressure on the young stars. This puts all the pressure on the bigger stars like De'Aaron Fox and Wemby. You got Castle and Cooper on the team now, and they're just They're gonna develop at a good rate now. Or Harper, sorry, not Cooper.
Good question. What does that mean?
It's great. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be great development for Dylan Harper. It's not gonna put any pressure on him
At all.
any crazy
Mm-mm.
thing. You know what I mean? This puts all the pressure on De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is going to be able to mentor Harper and Castle because Castle's a 2, but still be able to, get Castle ready to play in the playoffs eventually. And Harper is going to be just right with them. I mean, this is a great. This is my theory, at least. I'm hoping that this is what they're trying to do. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of it, but De'Aaron. I think this is an overpay. I do, but I understand if they're trying to, get all the pressure off the young guys because they have a lot of young guys on the team. Vassell's pretty young still, but I'm pretty sure he got paid pretty well. Wemby's still very young, coming off an injury. I mean, you got a lot of young pieces, and you don't want to put all that pressure on those guys because your team will not be good. This helps them be good for a little while. So hopefully he's able to stick through it the 4 years. He might get traded eventually because it might get a little bit too much once they have to pay Wemby and all the other guys. But we'll see how it works out.
My question is, I was going to go back to paying Wemby. How are they going to do that? Because they got Devin Vassell on a big contract now. Stephon Castle's going to have to get paid at some point. Dylan Harper, assuming those guys pan out, because there's no guarantees. Castle looked really promising as a rookie last year, but there's no guarantee that he's going to take another leap this year with Fox and Harper both in that backcourt. How are they going to be able to pay everyone? Do you guys think they trade away somebody? Is that how you think they navigate it? Because I feel like they're going to have to make some decisions in that regard at some point.
When Wemby's time comes, they're going to obviously have to get rid of someone because, that you're not paying this kind of contract, and then you're going to have to give Wemby like $300-400. So it's like, that's not going to happen. But I believe they drafted Dylan Harper for the future, for future purposes. So when Dylan Harper is ready, it's going to be about 2 or 3 years before Dylan Harper takes over the keys as the main guard, and that's why they paid Fox right now because, in the meantime, while Harper is developing, they can have a real guard here next to Wemby and actually like contend for playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Yeah. Is there? I don't know. You guys might have mentioned this already. Is there a player option at the end of this deal, or is it just 4 years guaranteed?
It's going to take up to the 2020. It's just 4 years guaranteed. I think it's 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see a player option.
I could see them maybe trying to get rid of Fox at some point during this contract. Not right away, obviously, but I could see it happening once Harper starts to take those extra steps forward. Because it almost feels like redundant to have 3 elite guards on the same team in that because one of them's not going to get the minutes. That's the thing. They're not all going to get the minutes. There's too many mouths to feed on that team if the young guys keep panning out.
Real quick, don't you guys think it's kind of crazy that Joel Embiid is the second highest paid player right now in the league?
They're saying that he's going to be in jeopardy of coming back into this season because he's hurt still.
He hasn't even come back to the court yet. But
yeah, so it's like, and this training camp starts in about 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
He's got to get it figured out. That's all there is to that. He's got to get that figured out.
But I don't really feel sorry for him because he came into the league
just retired, bro.
Injury prone, came into the league hurt, can't walk, can't do nothing for about 1.5 years. It felt like he gets up, comes on the scene, plays like he was going to, and he became the player that we all thought he was. But he still always had like nagging injuries.
And they've only gotten worse.
And they've gotten worse.
Nothing but worse.
I think if he retires early, he's going to be one of the bigger what ifs in NBA history.
And he got his MVP. So, I mean,
he has his MVP, but think about if he was just able to stay healthy, how much more he could have accomplished. He hasn't even made a conference finals. I mean, that's obviously like a big meme. But in all seriousness, he's been hurt so much. Philly hasn't had a ton of time with him on the floor to really establish. Like when him and Harden were there, he played. But now that it's him and Maxey, it's just Maxey pretty much because Embiid's never out there. And I don't think this Sixers roster, if they're all healthy, is bad at all. I think that they could contend in the East with that pick they made in Edgecombe. There's a chance with how wide open the East would have been that if he's healthy most of the season, they could make a potential deep run.
That's facts. They do that. You can tell they do it because they value money very much. And Joel Embiid brings all the money. Now that Maxi's there though, it helps a little bit, but it still doesn't bring them. Maxi's not a superstar level. I think he's very close to it.
Yep.
But
I think him and Fox are about on the same level. I'd say Maxi's better on offense. Fox is better on defense.
Right.
What we've seen in summer league, Edgecombe is going to be something special. I think
Jared McCain might be better, dude. Still.
I made fun of him, a little bit before he was drafted. I made little kinds of jokes about we'd be stuck with Edgecombe or whatever. But in all honesty, the kid is going to be something special. He's going to be something. He's not going to be a bust. He's not going to be, he's not great, or he's not going to be a role player. He's going to be in the league. He's going to be a problem in the league. And it depends on what his role will be, because he's going to have like 2 or 3 options before him, pending McCain come back from injury healthy. Because Paul George is not going to be there long. So.
Oh, he'll be there. He just won't be playing at all because he'll also be injured.
Most overrated player in history, Paul George. But this right here caught my attention. This is kind of crazy. You cannot get rid of these.
Yeah, that's you can't get rid of that.
You cannot get rid of these two. I mean, Stephon Castle is great. Wemby's
He's still coming
great.
on the scene still.
Jeremy Sohan and Devin Vassell. Those guys are crucial to your future. Like I don't know. I can't stress it enough. Especially Devin Vassell. Yeah, especially Devin Vassell. You cannot get rid of Vassell. I'd rather get rid of Castle than Vassell. And I know that's crazy to say, but Devin Vassell has such good upside right now. He looks so good when he plays. And Jeremy Sohan, he's like kind of a Draymond kind of guy. He can't really shoot the ball that well. He can shoot, but like he's kind of a slower shot. But
he's the one-hand shooter, right?
Yeah.
Or like basically one-handed.
Yeah, his IQ is crazy too. So those guys, I don't think you should get rid of. Castle is like I wouldn't get rid of him, but like that's the guy I would get rid of if I had to, if I wanted some picks, if I wanted to go the Thunder route and get all these upcoming picks in future drafts. I think that's the way to go. But because they got Fox and they got Harper now and Carter Bryant. So I mean you don't really need Castle at that point, but I would like to keep him obviously because he just won Rookie of the Year. But I think Spurs fans would call me crazy for saying that, but I genuinely believe that Devin Vassell has this crazy upside. His shot is absolutely insane. So, I'm looking forward to seeing him go a little bit crazier this year. That'll be another conversation we'll have eventually about upside and who we think is going to break through this year in the NBA, which would be a fun conversation for sure.
I think the only way that you even consider trading those guys is for like a legit superstar, like a Giannis level talent, which Giannis has made it, despite what Shan says. I really don't think at this point in the offseason that he's going to get traded. I don't see a reason for them to move him, especially this late into the offseason. If they were going to do that, they would have did that a month ago when the NBA draft happened, or even during free agency. The Bucks have shown still that they clearly want to win, but the only way that those two, in my eyes, would even consider getting traded is if they're taking a giant bite of the apple. If they're going all in with this team, they feel that they have enough talent on this roster to contend in the West and win a championship. And I don't think they're quite there yet. They've taken a lot of steps in the right direction over the last year or two, but I don't see them making that move unless it's for a top 7 player.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to leave that there. And still a whole lot of NBA left, but, we got a lot of time before the NBA season starts. Got about 2 months, I would say. So
Yep, October.
Yeah. So we're going to jump into our next topic, which is, let me see, Micah Parsons and Terry McLaurin want out. So there is some speculation behind both of these two, but it's something to see, especially with Terry McLaurin, because he just had his come like I believe within the last 48 hours, I believe. But Jake Daniels had responded on it. He said, "I can't control what he got going on." And then he also said in like an interview when he was sitting on NFL Network, I think it was, he was like, let me see if I can find that.
All I know is Terry McLaurin, the Commanders are nothing without you, my friend. I mean, seriously.
He said, "I know one day 17 will be running out here and hopefully soon." So really, the only thing that we can really say about these two is that they just want their money. So
they're putting the pressure on the front office. I don't really think there's a ton of substance to either one of these trade requests. The Cowboys aren't even listening to offers on Micah Parsons.
no.
It's literally just that they just want their money. They want their bag. I don't see either of them moving. I don't think there's a ton to say about this necessarily. But if they were to get moved, it would be interesting to see who the bidders are.
He's a Charger, goddammit. He's a goddamn Charger.
If he was to get,
out of those teams,
these 4 teams right now are pretty good trending teams.
We're not gonna trade for him. We trade for Micah over him, 100%. Harbaugh would never trade for a wide receiver. It's kind of crazy.
I think looking at this list, the two that I think I could see him maybe going to if he were to get traded are either the Bills or the Raiders.
Yep.
Because
hope not.
I don't know why. I could see the Raiders just taking a swing for a guy like that because Tom Brady's in the ownership group now. They're pretty clearly, even though their roster has a lot of flaws in it, they're trying to win. They're not trying to tank. Like they tanked through last offseason. They got their running back. They have a lot of flaws, but this would definitely shore up and cover up a few of them. And as for the Bills, if they just got that legit wide receiver one like they had in Stephon Diggs, man, watch out.
Look, man, if he goes to the Bills, I don't want to hear nothing about Lamar Jackson has no more excuses because how much help does Josh Allen need at that point? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to hear none of that if he goes to the Bills. But if he goes to the Raiders, I'm just going to laugh at him. You know, I'm just going to be like, okay, dude, you're great, but why? Like you just went you went from being on a bad team for 7 years to going to another bad team right away.
Right when the bad team becomes good.
Right, so that would just be stupid. And then it's the same situation with the Patriots. I know they got Mike Vrabel now, which is great. Really good pickup of a coach. Still don't know why the Titans let him go. But it would still be the same situation with him. I mean, Drake May he's young. The whole team is young. They still got a lot of flaws in their roster. So him leaving would just be not good unless it was to the Bills. But the Bills would have to give up a lot anyways. So I don't know. I don't think he's going anywhere either. But all I have to say is if he leaves, the Commanders are a joke because he stuck through so many quarterbacks. He played with who did he play? What's the guy?
Sam Howell was there.
Taylor Heineke was his quarterback at one point, guys. He's a third string on our team now, on the Chargers. So Terry McLaurin is literally the Commanders franchise. He was there as they were the Redskins, I'm pretty sure. So if he leaves, I can't stress enough that organization would be a joke to let him go because he is their franchise. So hope he gets his bag, and I'm rooting for him for sure. He's one of my favorite players to watch right now.
I mean, I just don't see a reason why they wouldn't pay him. I mean, he's in the prime of his career right now.
Because they got Debo now, dude. They were going to sign him, and then they got Debo, and then McLaurin was like, "All right, I want my money now." Then, I'm
gonna be honest. I completely forgot Debo was on the Commanders.
Yep. Remember oh man, I hate the Debo hate, bro. I hate it. You're gonna remember soon, I promise.
I mean, I don't hate the guy. It's just
I don't want to hear it. You hate him. You despise him.
I hate Debo. The team.
I like Debo.
I hate the team he's from. I do have a bit of a bias against him because I was dumb enough to pick him as my wide receiver one in fantasy one year. But other than that, I think that team could be lethal if they had both of them. Realistically, if they have both Debo and Terry on the field at the same time, oh my goodness, that's scary. That team, they're not as good as the Eagles, especially on defense. Because The Eagles are insane. They're ridiculous,
Yeah,
but
I'm fun.
that's
Austin Eckler,
probably a top 3 or 4 team roster-wise in the NFC.
Zach Ertz is still there, I'm pretty sure.
got Austin Eckler who catch everything out of the backfield.
No, I'm not worried about him. He'll get a concussion and be out for like 3 weeks. But
Hey, his production still be there though.
oh yeah, he's very good. But you got Brian Robinson back there, dude. That's
Yeah, I mean, really, Austin Eckler is going to be there on like passing plays.
he's a third down running back.
Yeah, Eckler is the receiving back. Brian Robinson is the like
That
actual.
goes to show you right
I think
there.
running
That
back.
is our problem.
Their O line needs a little bit of work. I will say.
Oh
that.
yeah, they probably. I think they did a lot to draft with it and looked at
I'm
some
just
free
saying,
agents
though,
too.
like-
So
Going against the Eagles twice a year just probably sucks. So I think their O line needs to be a little bit better if they want to face that D line that's not going anywhere for another 3 years. So
Don't remind me.
we're gonna jump with Micah Parsons.
oh my gosh, now this one.
So
this-
Micah Parsons has said on his X, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. And then Jerry Jones responds, as he would, I would say to our fans, don't lose any sleep over this.
I think Jerry's a clown, but I don't think he's wrong on this
he's a
one.
goddamn Charger.
I would
Potential
like
landing
that.
Spots. If he does leave, he's not going to go nowhere. But
I've always kind of like from the sidelines supported the Chargers. They're kind of. If I had an AFC team, it's probably that. It's either them or the Bengals. I just like both of those teams a little bit, but
Organization.
I'd love to see him on.
I don't see the
probably.
Broncos anywhere.
I mean, the Broncos need offense more than defense, in my opinion. So
I agree. You guys don't have enough to. You wouldn't trade any defensive pieces for him, so you're not going to trade. You don't have enough offense. You know what I'm saying? So
but just be in the landing spot, be in the conversation at least.
For what though? You don't have anything. You can't. You literally cannot trade. I can't think of a single thing you can trade. You're not going to trade any of your linemen or O-linemen. You're not going to trade Allen. You're not going to trade. You're not going to entertain trading Surtain for Micah Parsons. So it's like you have nothing really to offer besides some good linebackers. But
maybe Terry McLaurin needs to come to Denver.
Again, what are you going to trade? Literally, I can't think of anything. I mean, maybe some defensive pieces for McLaurin. That would help.
If he holds out.
I mean, him and Sutton would be another really great duo at wide receiver.
I mean, if Jerry Jeudy didn't work out, I don't think he's.
Well, we had Jerry Jeudy with who was our quarterback back then? But I think we had what his name was.
Trevor
Russ.
Drew Lock?
You had Russ and Drew Lock as your quarterbacks.
Russ was good.
Russ with the Broncos was okay.
Same player that he was with the
He was still good though. He was
good,
Hicks was arguably better last year than Russ was with Denver at times.
Yeah, like
and we can't really say it didn't work with Jerry Jeudy. He still had a couple 1,000-yard receiving yards. Not 1,000, but he had about 800, 700.
Look,
good production for a 2.
All I gotta say is Micah Parsons, if you are going anywhere, the best destination right now is the Chargers, because with Khalil Mack, I mean, we'd have to give up Tulipo, which would suck because he's a young, monster. But Parsons is also young and he's better. So
fantastic fit would be the Commanders too.
I don't know. Their defense,
they would boast that defense instantly, and he'd have a chance to go back at Dallas 2 times a year.
Why are you not talking about your Bears? Your Bears would be great for him. Defensively, he'd be good and be really good.
I wanted to bring up the Bears on here because I think that they're really fascinating just because we've seen Ryan Poles make trades. He's not afraid to trade. He hasn't made a real blockbuster per se yet.
I would love to.
I guess DJ Moore was one now that I think about it, and Caleb, but when I look at the return that Khalil Mack fetched when he was traded, because they're similar age range. They were 2 of the top defensive ends, or Micah can kind of play anywhere on the D line. But the Bears gave up 2 first-round picks, a 3rd rounder, and a 6th rounder. I don't know what team is going to be willing to shell that out. And if you are, it's a clear all-in move. That's what you're doing.
And then you're going to have to pay him. So on the Bears standpoint, I wouldn't make a move like that until you know that you're a legitimate playoff team. We can't really
But
say that
then
yet.
the thing about the Khalil Mack move was I didn't think the Bears were a legit playoff team that year. Then they made that move, and then they went 12-4 and made the playoffs. So it's entirely possible that this move would be the move because one of the things that the Bears lack is just overall defensive line pressure on the quarterback. Their defense was really solid last year at holding teams to field goals, especially in the red zone. The only thing that they really struggled on that side of the ball was pressuring the quarterback. And if you get Micah Parsons, that changes overnight.
Now let's see. Let's say the Bears wanted Michael Parsons. Okay, here's a mock trade. Potentially offering 2 first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and a 6th-round pick, and maybe a good player for Parsons. I think that's a pretty good deal. Okay, I don't know what
I
year
can
he's
see.
out, but I think it would be great.
I know DJ Moore has been somewhat disgruntled with the Bears at times.
like-
His attitude isn't exactly the best about being in Chicago all the time.
I don't think
So
he
if you what?
I don't think he likes Caleb very much.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could be the player that they throw in. Not saying that Dallas would want him necessarily, but that could be on the table because they have some young receivers in Luther Burden and Roba Dunze that they want to take big steps. And if they just want to clear that out and let the young offense grow and develop together, that would be a way to do that.
All I have to say is, bro, if Parsons is a Charger, Patrick Mahomes, count your days. Oh my God. That would be a sight to see. Count your days. Josh Allen, count your days. Lamar Jackson, you'd probably be fine. But everybody else, count your days. Okay? Micah Parsons, come to the Chargers. You're probably never going to see this. But if you do, you're welcome to come and join us. Especially Justin Herbert. He would love you. Especially to have some more defensive pieces and help him out in those close games. So come to the Chargers, man. Jerry Jones, you're a clown. You are officially the worst owner in sports right now. And I thought that would be a lot hard to do with Mike Brown in the NFL and on the Bengals. So you've outdone yourself, my friend. You haven't paid him. And Dak Prescott almost did the same thing. So it's very interesting. He shouldn't have paid Dak. Should have paid this guy right away.
CD had said on X, I believe, or an interview, I believe, and they put it on X that he just paid a man his money, pay him what he worth.
Not gonna do it. He has all the money in the world, so I don't know why he's not. But and the Cowboys bring in so much money every year.
I mean, they are one of the biggest franchises in the NFL in terms of revenue, fan base. I think they're the most valuable team in all of sports, if I'm not mistaken.
It's up there with some soccer team, yeah, but I think it's close. But they're Americans. They're the America's team somehow still after 30 years of not making a Super Bowl. So
not even a conference championship. But I also do want to reiterate, I still think he's going to end up a Dallas Cowboy this season. I do think he'll get his money. A lot of these are just hypotheticals that we're going over with both of these players. I mean, we saw CeeDee Lamb and Dak both go pretty much all the way up to CeeDee especially didn't even report back to playing like until a week before the season started. So
this is what Jerry does. He likes drama. He likes to.
The Cowboys they're the most drama-filled team in the NFL by far, and it's been that way since the '90s, since Jerry took over. There's part of their allure is the drama. They're just a drama team. That's what they like to do. It keeps the headlines on them. So gives them attention. That's what they want.
Them always being in headlines. They're always the talk of the town. They always being talked about leads to money.
I mean, last year with their play, if they were anyone but the Dallas Cowboys, they would have been completely irrelevant. But they were still talked about every week on FS1, ESPN. There's a reason why people still talk about them, and it's because they're so good at cooking up drama.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but I don't even know why the Colts or the Seahawks or the Panthers are on this list. Like, I mean, they have a lot to trade, but Micah wouldn't want that either because those three teams are nowhere near the playoffs. Maybe the Seahawks.
I mean, why would Micah realistically want to go to either Indy or Carolina? There's no reason.
Maybe Seattle has a closer chance, but those teams on the left are borderline, if not playoff teams. We know that the Commanders are, but the Bears and Chargers are right on the line. Even though the Chargers were in it last year.
We'll be all right. Michael will be better.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump into our last topic, which is NFC. What NFC and AFC players are going to take a leap this season? Who do we have taking a big, massive jump as we head into preseason on Sunday?
I'll start with some interesting ones. First, I'm gonna start with Devin Witherspoon. I think this kid's going to be very good this year. I don't know why. I think he could be a household name if he's able to stay healthy. Devin Witherspoon, if anyone doesn't know, is on the Seahawks. He's a corner for them. But he was already elite last year. He was already locked down pretty much everywhere he was. He was great at pass breakups. He was great at blitzes. And I remember seeing him blitz. They used him on the blitz and the nickel all the time, or corner blitzes, which was crazy. I think he's going to be great for the Seahawks. They got a stud out of him, and Christian Gonzalez, another corner on the Patriots. Despite injuries, I think he could end up being the best corner in the league eventually. I mean, the Patriots always bring in some great corners. You know, I don't really understand how or why, but they always got these great defensive pieces. It doesn't matter where. And another defensive player, Chris, I think you'll like this one. Edgerrin Cooper. Edgerrin Cooper. I always struggle at it, but I think he's going to be a top 10 defensive player of the year or this year. Because I mean, your defense is pretty much, I would say, wide open on the linebacker line area. And I think he's very quick off the line. He's a very quick linebacker, and I don't know. I think he's going to jump up this year. Now, offensively, for me, real quick, I'm going to do. I think I like to see Zay Flowers do a little bit more this year. I think he might do, be a little bit quicker this year. I think he'll start a little slow, maybe. I don't know. I want him to break out this year. I really do. I think this is his year, as the Ravens are just a crazy team this year. I don't know how they did it, but I think he'll take a big leap to be that true number one wide receiver on their team. And another wide receiver that I really want to see do good is Jordan Addison. I know JJ takes up all the spotlight, but with McCarthy as their quarterback now, I mean, he's going to have to be spreading the ball around a little bit more. So I think Jordan Addison's also another good pick. Now, for the quarterback, I really want Anthony Richardson to be good. I really do. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Daniel Jones might beat him out, which kind of sucks. But that's one player. And another player, real quick. I know he won a ring last year. But can we talk about Zach Bond in his rookie year? I mean, no, not his rookie year. My bad. Not his rookie year. His rookie debut year, really. Like he really came to life.
His first year, yeah.
First real year with the Eagles, and he just takes it to the house, takes it all the way, and gets his ring and becomes one of the best, if not the best linebacker in the league. I still think Fred Warner is the best in the league right now. But Zach Bond, I know he's on the Saints. He was a special teamer on the Saints. And now he had this breakout year last year. I think he's going to be even better this year. So those are my players that I think are going to be great. Let me know if you guys like them in the comments if you see this later on. But yeah.
I mean, I like a lot of those picks. You actually stole Jordan Addison from me. I think a wide receiver that could have a really good season this year because he had a really good end of the year last year is Ladd McConkey from the Chargers. I mean,
I didn't want to say it, but I'm
he already took
fantastic player. He really came alive the second half of last year. I'm excited to see what he's able to do this year. Chargers drafted another wide receiver, Trey Harris, I believe his name is.
Let me talk. Oh man, don't even get me started.
Trey
Harris didn't look good last week, but he'll be great.
I mean, it's week 1 of the preseason. I don't take a ton of. I mean, if you think about it, the 0-16 Lions went undefeated in the preseason, so it doesn't mean much to me. But I could really see Ladd McConkey jumping into the wide receiver 1. Obviously, he's not as good as a Justin Jefferson or a Jamar Chase, but he could enter that good to elite tier of wide receivers this year. Could also see Rome Odunze taking a step for the Bears this year. He struggled at times last year, wasn't quite up to standard for what we thought he could have been. especially with where he was drafted and being in that top wide receiver of the draft conversation. I could really see him taking a step forward this year. Two guys that I think are really going to be impact players for their teams right away. And I had someone on defense, but I completely blanked on it. So Jalen, you can go ahead.
Oh, real quick. The wide receiver that was with Trey Harris on the Chargers is Keandre Lambert-Smith. I think he's going to be a stud too. Just to put that out there, everyone. I know I'm biased, but he looked crazy last week against the Lions.
Oh, I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna take Bo Nix. I think for my AFC, I'm biased. So I think Bo Nix, he had a 56 point, he had a 57 QBR last year. I think that goes up.
Hope
He
so.
obviously he took a step toward the back half
He did.
of
Yeah, he had a
the
Jordan Love.
Broncos, and he led them to a postseason, which I was very impressed with myself. I mean, I thought he was going to be a bust to begin with, but
Really?
for him to turn out to, because I thought he was going to be like a Marcus Mariota type, come in with a lot of hype and just.
Marcus Mariota, he was tough.
Yeah, he was tough, but
he was put on the
In
tight.
college, he was incredible.
Oh my
I didn't
God,
think he was going to be a true QB1 in
He's
the
the
league.
reason I'm an Oregon fan.
I didn't think he was going to be like a true QB1 like Justin Herbert was. So, you know how Oregon quarterbacks are, but he came from Auburn though, which is insane. Cam, but he had 12 interceptions. I believe that goes down to single digits this year. I believe I think he reached that 4,000 yard mark. He had 3,775 this year. I think he'll hit that 4,000 mark. I think he'll have about 30 touchdowns. So I think he takes a massive jump. And yes, I'm biased, but
touchdowns.
yeah, he had 27. I mean, he had 29 this year.
I think he's gonna have like 26 this year, to be honest. But
I think he'll hit that 32, 33 mark.
I think his passer rating will be way better than last.
Oh yeah, that QBR is gonna be up.
I mean, he started last year rough. It was a really rough start for him, but down the stretch, he was good for them and was a big reason why Denver was able to get to the postseason.
He immediately took a leap instantly. I think it was like after the bye week and he just started playing different. I'm like,
yeah,
all right, I guess he needed that bye.
Who's your NFC?
NFC, I like. He's in a great situation. I think George Pickens. I think George Pickens might take a leap. I think he'll reach 1,000 this year.
Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually has a quarterback that will be able to throw him the ball. Yes, Dak Prescott is not the
greatest. He's good though. He's good.
He's not the oh my God.
I mean, he puts up numbers. There's no doubt about that.
He puts up numbers. He's just,
oh my God. He's Patrick Mahomes. He's Lamar Jackson. No, we're not saying he's those guys, Josh Allen type, but he still can sling the football. I mean, look how CeeDee Lamb looked and with him on and with him off. I mean, he was a perennial 1,000, 1,300 yard receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, and George Pickens had 900 last year with no quarterback. So imagine what he's gonna do this year. I mean, I think the Dallas Cowboys are a lot better on offense than a lot of people think.
The only thing with the Cowboys is lack of running game. They don't have a ton.
For reason, do they used to have a really good run game, and now they just don't? They have
it really started going downhill 2 years ago when they relied on Tony Pollard to be their one.
But he was good though. He was good though for like a.
I mean, he was good, but he wasn't what a lot of people thought he could have been. And then last year, Pollard went to the Titans, and well, there was no running game really. I mean, Zeke was, he's old, not really super effective anymore, and no one else in that backfield really took a huge step. Rico Dowdle was average at best, and far below at worst.
When I think what was it? Was Russ? No, Russ wasn't there in 2023. It was like some Mason Rudolph, I think.
I think he was there in 2023.
Are we talking Pittsburgh right now?
Yeah.
Oh, Russ was in Pittsburgh last year, and then he got traded.
Who was it?
He was on the Broncos in 2023.
Yeah. So he put up 1,100 yards with no quarterback. George Pickens. He had 1,140. With what? Yeah, 5 touchdowns, the most he had in his career.
Was it Pickett?
So I believe.
Yeah, that was with Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, he had 1,100 yards with Kenny Pickett.
That's tough.
Like 1,100. Man,
Yeah,
he's gonna take a leap this year, especially playing alongside an elite wide receiver with CeeDee Lamb. He's
yeah.
definitely taking a leap.
I got a quick question for both of you because I don't know I don't know about this player like at all really anymore. Like I don't know what's in his head, how he plays. How do you guys think Trevor Lawrence is going to play this year? Because I genuinely
This is such a Sam question, and he's not on
That's
today.
tough.
But
I really don't know what to expect from him. I feel like he has
I
that.
think I think
I
that
think
he
with
could
the
actually
addition of
have a
Travis
good year
Hunter-
because he's got no excuses anymore. That's the biggest thing. Like through the other years, you could kind of make excuses for him and say, "Oh, the O line failed him. This failed him. That failed him." They have a decent enough running game with Tank Bigsby and ETN. They have two good receivers on that team.
Four running backs. Yeah, they have 4 good running backs. It's crazy.
Evan Engram is still on their roster, right? I'm not tripping about that.
No, he left. He went to the Broncos, didn't he? Evan Ingram?
And it's been so long since I thought about the Jaguars really.
I'm pretty sure he
at
signed
all.
with the Broncos. Hold on.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he did. He signed with the Broncos, but that's actually a good move for them. But there's still two good receivers. Brian Thomas was one of the best wide receivers in the league going down the stretch last year. Insane deep threat, crazy route running, just a great wide receiver. Travis Hunter, he's kind of raw on the offensive side of the ball, but I expect him to really start picking it up
I
the
sent
second
y'all
half
that
like
clip.
most
when I-
rookies
what was
do.
that, the Instagram group? I sent the clip of what was that in the Instagram group chat? I think it was of Travis Hunter, and oh my gosh,
Man, he looks good.
I said, oh
he
my
looks
God.
good. Man. He looks good.
He hovers.
Man, I feel
So I'm
bad
like-
for him.
I'm
Ward.
like-
He's not winning that.
Trevor Lawrence is going to, I think, look a lot better than people think. But
If he's bad this year,
Trevor
you might
Lawrence-
as well. If Trevor Lawrence struggles in any way, shape, or form this year, I think it's time to move on because
Well, I
he
said they
just
should have drafted.
They're
to
not
this
gonna-
point, with the exception of one stretch in his second year of starting, he hasn't really looked like a franchise quarterback at all. He's one of the most overpaid quarterbacks in the NFL. His contract is ginormous, and he's got to start playing up to that level and get the Jaguars back in a contending position again. First year head coach, one of the guys who helped fix Baker Mayfield and get him into the quarterback we know him as today. So there's really no excuses for him in my eyes. If he struggles this year, that's pretty much it for him.
I said they should have took Shedeur Sanders.
They're not going to get rid of him because Trevor Lawrence is a household name. We all know how great he was at Clemson. I know we can't really talk about college anymore, but the guy was unreal coming into the league. He had a great year that one time he went to the playoffs. He should have beat the Chiefs that year. Fun fact, if you guys didn't watch that game, I don't know if you guys remember it, but he should have beat that team. But again, you know how the Chiefs are with the refs. I hate to say it, but it's true. But they should have won that game. But Trevor Lawrence since then hasn't been the same. I don't know what it is. I know he's been hurt, but also just when he plays, he just doesn't look in it. Like he doesn't look like he's in the game. Like I don't know what to expect from him at all this year. Dude, I really hope he does good because I'm not a Trevor Lawrence fan, but like you said, Chris, like if you're getting paid that much, I want to see something. You know, I want to see this guy perform at a high level coming few years. So, I mean, especially this year, dude. I just think you're absolutely correct on that new coach. Fix Baker Mayfield. He can fix Trevor Lawrence, especially with that the high end that Trevor Lawrence started with, like Baker Mayfield. So I don't know what to expect. That's one of the question marks I have for sure. I also want to say that I don't know what the hell Russ is going to do in New York. I don't know what's going to happen with that.
He's going to start the season, and then it'll probably be given to Jackson Dart.
No, Dart sucks. He hasn't had a good training camp whatsoever.
Oh, I know, but they invested their future in him by trading back into the draft, so they're going to play him.
I mean, the thing is, how much can we take from training camp? Like, really,
it's important, bro. I don't know why people.
I mean, it's important. No, I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying, like, there's guys that look like crap in training camp, go out there week one, and they're fine.
But
it's like,
but Chris's
quarterback position is very
hard,
different, though. You have to be able to be timing wise and knowing the wide receivers and knowing what routes they like or how they come off routes. That's important.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but are you guys? I've seen a lot of clips about Caleb Williams struggling in camp. Are you guys concerned about that?
Yes, he was not that great last year. I'm very concerned. He held the ball too long last year. I know that his O-line sucked. He was the most sacked quarterback last year by a mile, but he held the ball a lot, and he didn't know how to make his reads very well last year. It's a little concerning because you should be able to see some type of leap from this type of guy, this type of talent that Caleb Williams was so hyped around. I mean,
I never bought into it, but
no, I know. I'm just saying, just in general, though, like most Bears fan thinks that this guy's going to be the next Patrick Mahomes because his arm strength, his accuracy sometimes. Like, I just, bro, this training camp for quarterbacks is so important to me. Like, I feel like you have to have a good training camp.
It
in order
is.
to be able to exceed to the next level, which is start. Like,
George Sanders has 70%. He didn't throw no interceptions. He threw 6 touchdowns.
Justin Fields has had a horrible practice week last year. He completed like 7 passes and like missed on 30 of them and like 4 interceptions. It's concerning.
I think that going back to Jackson Dart, though, he should sit the entire year because there's a big thing about rookie quarterbacks being thrown into the fire, and it just doesn't help them.
Oh,
like if we look at guys like Justin Fields, for example, who had a lot of potential coming out of college, having to rush his decisions completely ruined how he sees the field. And it's entirely possible that the same thing happened to Caleb because Caleb was behind such a trash line last year. His entire decision-making process is ruined because of that. He doesn't really know how to do things with time. He held onto the ball too long a lot last year. There were a lot of issues that were created because he went in right away. And if you look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, I know that these are kind of the exceptions maybe a little bit, but they were able to sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback. I know not every team has that luxury, but you see these guys sit on the bench. They learn the playbook. They know it inside and out. They're clipboard managers on the sideline. They know everything. And during that time, they just tweak their fundamentals. They get to learn the game a bit more and really just develop as a player without having to worry about getting killed week in and week out.
Look, man, I love speaking of rookie quarterbacks to sit the whole year. Michael Penix Jr. is going to take a big leap this year because he sat behind Matt Ryan, a former MVP, or not Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins. He sucks, but he sat behind Kirk Cousins, who was pretty good at one point, and he learned the offense pretty well. And I think Michael Penix might be very underrated this year. Going into this year, no one's talking about him because he didn't play last year. So I'm looking forward to Michael Penix Jr. He could have been in the Rookie of the Year race last year if he started, I think.
He can. That's what I told people when he was coming out of college. I was like, he could sling that ball. The only biggest concern was his injury, was his legs. But I was like, man can still sling that ball.
Yeah, he's tough.
Like, his spiral is insane.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing going off of that, I thought about actually sharing Drake London as a potential like breakout candidate. He showed a lot of promise last year with Kirk. He was a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy. Obviously, fantasy is not real life. But at the start of the year, he was one of the best wide receivers in fantasy. And he was getting 9-10 targets a game. He's a good wide receiver. And I think if Penix takes a step, it's because Drake London takes a step with him. So he's another person that I think could be panned out for a breakout this year.
You gonna say Josh Allen take a leap? No. But
No,
we're gonna go final thoughts.
Man.
Josh Allen take a leap.
Lamar Jackson MVP season coming, bro. He's gonna prove a lot of you people wrong that he should have won that last year. But final thought. I just had it. Oh, Kyler Murray. This is your final chance for me. This is your final chance for me.
Oh man.
I am a huge Kyler Murray fan. Huge. Like you wouldn't even know. He's like my third favorite quarterback. He's my third favorite quarterback in this league right now. Okay, my favorite is Herbert, second Lamar. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is my favorite all time, but he's a ghost right now. But Kyler Murray, you have one more chance for me, bro. Like I can't defend you anymore. I only can defend Herbert because he's on my team, and I have to defend him. Kyler Murray, you have one more year for me, bro, and I have to move on. I have to give that third option to someone else. I have to give that third position to someone else. I don't know who. I hope it's not someone that I don't like currently. But
Josh Allen.
Funny. Anyways, look, Kyler Murray. I know he's been in a bad situation. I know he's been hurt, but when he plays, he tends to just get scared and just throw these random ass picks, and it's really annoying. And I need him.
That one against the Rams in the playoffs.
Dude,
Marvin Harrison take a leak.
Jesus, like what are we? I don't even want to think about that. Like Kyler Murray does that a lot, Chris. Like that same exact thing that you're talking about. He does that almost every other game. So I need him to just put on a show this year for me, man. Like I need you to be good. Your division is still good, very good actually. The Niners took a little downfall. I think you'll be able to, to maybe compete with them a little bit better. But you're in this position where you're just look past like Zion is in the NBA. Him and Zion are very comparable to me when it comes to playing and like just not doing enough yet. And both being high level players. Kyler Murray is a freaking Heisman winner, guys. We gotta Kyler Murray, please have a good year this year. That's my final thought. I need him to have a good year.
I mean, I gotta go back to baseball, I think, for mine. We didn't really talk. I want to apologize to Matt Arnold and the Brewers organization. That trade for Shelby Miller was a good one.
What did I say, Jalen? What did I say?
It came in late.
What did I
He's
say?
not healthy yet. However, from what I've seen, he's nasty.
Oh my god! Now everybody.
I still think, even though the Brewers are kind of at this moment running away with the division a little bit, they've extended their lead to 3 games. That series in Wrigley, I still think is going to determine the division because there's a chance the Brewers waltz on into Wrigley with a 4-game lead in the division, and then the Cubs take 4 out of 5 games, and it's right back where we started. We're right back even because that's an entirely possible scenario where the Cubs dominate that series.
The Brewers from August 15th to like September 3rd is absolutely wild of how many playoff games y'all about to play.
Right now, they're taking care of business against the crappy teams like the Nationals. They beat the Braves last night. If they win tonight or tomorrow, they take that series, which is you got to beat the bad teams. You got to take out the trash. They play the Mets this weekend. That's going to be a tough one. The Mets are a little cold right now, but they were a little cold the last time we played them, and they still took 2 out of 3 from us. So
tough series right there.
I still think the division is still 100% up for grabs.
Yep, it is.
Especially with Churio, Mizorowski, and Frelick all having injury concerns. It's been next man up a lot for the Brewers this year, and they've answered the call to this point, but there's still 50 games left, and anything can happen.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Brewers got that. I was looking at that August 15th to September 3rd stretch without y'all play like all playoff teams besides maybe the Diamondbacks. And the Diamondbacks just beat the Padres last night. So they definitely trying to play spoiled.
The Diamondbacks aren't a bad team.
No.
And they've been our kryptonite for a couple years now. Ever since that 2023 series, man, they've given us headaches.
But my final thought, the Chicago Cubs, bro. We lose because we can't step on first base. All he had to do was step on first base. And now we're the laughing stock of all the playoff teams.
Stop it. Oh my god.
I mean, this is too much less.
Think about it. You have a chance to tie the game.
You're exaggerating.
And then you could end up going into the bottom of the 9th tied without as much pressure. Or you got the extra innings. And you at the crib with it. Sure, it may be a little bit of an overreaction or over-exaggeration right now, but Kyle Tucker is not playing well right now.
Bro, you're not
allowed. I'd be feeling different.
Yeah, the Cubs are still the second best team in all of baseball.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But the Brewers, say the Brewers take 3 out of 5.
Okay.
I mean, I'd feel fantastic, obviously, but
that's not a laughing stock, though. You're playing against another playoff team. That's not a laughing.
I mean, in my opinion,
the worst situation. The situation it was. I'm not saying they're the laughing stock of the league. No, they were the laughing stock of last night's baseball. They were. Look, Dansby Swanson would be on Shaqtin' the Fool if they had one.
Hey, Jalen.
Go ahead.
Jalen, if it makes you feel any better, when we played against the Yankees that first weekend, we had the entire MLB, like media, players, fans, questioning whether these torpedo bats should be banned because our pitching was so terrible.
Yep.
We were the laughing stock of that, like that entire weekend. I think you got, obviously the Cubs, it's tough what's happening. There's been a lot of bad luck the last week or two for them, but I think you're blowing this out of proportion a little bit.
I agree.
It would be a whole lot different if the offense was still hitting. There are Seiya Suzuki swinging a ball at his neck on a 3-2 pitch. It was he had 5 balls, and he swung at 2 of them, ultimately leading him to strikeout. Then Kyle Tucker keeps rolling over. He hasn't hit a homer since June.
I mean, the thing about the Cubs
One home
offense
run
too,
since the end of June.
the Cubs offense was so unreal that first stretch of the season. I think regression in some level was doomed to happen.
We're saying that, but when you have a Kyle Tucker who's asking for $400 million, and these moments are happening, he's going up there in moments. And we know how Jed is. We know how the Cubs are. They look at moments. They're like, well, we're going to dock $20 million from that because he didn't come through. Oh, that's $30 million. When Dansby Swanson is leading the charge right now, that's a problem. That's a problem. And we always talk about postseason, who's going in hot. The Brewers are going in hot right now. I'm not saying they can't.
Jalen, we still have a month and a half left. Like, we're not going into anything.
That's why I just said.
We look good right now, but in 2 weeks, the conversation could be completely different. Like, we look good.
That's why I said the Brewers, we still have. Let me see what they do in September. But the way the Cubs are playing, they look like they're coming down to earth a little bit. And it's about when you go into the playoffs, it's about who's hot. The Cubs do not want to play a wild card series.
I mean, the thing is about baseball, too, is like every team has a stretch where they play 500 ball. Like throughout the season, you're not going to be dominant the entire time unless you're in a complete anomaly. Like, in order to win 100 games, you still lose 62.
Yep.
And the Cubs have had a stretch. I believe they're 27-25 in their last 52 games. This might just be their stretch of 500 ball, and they could climb out of it as soon as, next week. The vibes could be completely different. That's the thing about baseball. We don't know. Just crap happens, I guess.
Me knowing baseball and stuff, I know how slumps are, and this isn't really, I wouldn't say this is more like a slump because it's been happening for about a month. They've been playing 500 balls, so it's like they're coming down to earth a little bit. Pete Crow is really struggling. PCA is struggling.
I mean, the thing about PCA was he was playing so over what he was expected for the first couple of months too. He has one of the worst chase rates in baseball. He chases pretty much everything. And teams, I think, are starting to figure that out where you can ball.
Yeah, well, we got to get up out of here. So subscribe, like, share, and comment. Follow our podcast page on other platforms. Start in the description box below. We do have a Spotify. And if you're on Spotify, come listen to us and watch us live on YouTube. Subscribe to us. We have an Instagram and a TikTok. We will be posting reels and shorts of this show. And you can always DM us on things you want to have answers or comments you may have. We try to dab into lifestyle topics as well. So with that, this has been Shot of Sports, and we'll see you Thursday.